Welcome. In front of me I have the TORRAS Ultra Thin MagSafe case for the iPhone 17 Pro, and I'll be going over unboxing along with a quick look at the case, how it fits the device, its features, and just general opinions about it. So let's get straight into it. One thing that I want to point out, if any of the people that make these cases are watching, please make these boxes a bit more clear on what the case inside actually is. Because if you have, for instance, like me, literally every one of them, for the love of God, I can't tell them apart. I have no freaking clue which one is which. And because they were bought from Amazon, German one, the naming at the back also don't make it clear for me. I don't speak German, so I have no absolute idea what that is. Translating through Google Translate is kind of also wonky, so I was just kind of guessing from things that I could figure it out and basically eliminate things that that didn't make sense and just leave that as the last one. But anyway, let's get into this. So this is the MagSafe version of this case, supposedly. Let's see if it actually is. Yep, it is. And I already like this way more than I like the other one that I just unboxed. Unless I unboxed the wrong one, which is very possible because I have no freaking clue which one is which. So this one has a nice yellow, what am I, must be high here, bluish color, which fits really well with the phone itself. That is a nice match. It is plastic. You can hear that. Now, when it comes on to the protection, it is plastic, so it could should still protect your device pretty well. Plastic is relatively durable, but when you drop it, it will get deformed, and obviously this won't come back. When you compare it to something like a silicone case, like this one's, or rubber ones, usually when you drop it, the damage or the impact of it just kind of, gets pushed in, compressed, and then just comes back to its normal shape, because it's primarily rubberized material. It basically comes back to its original shape. So with plastic you won't have this kind of effect. But the case itself is nicely made, thin. We do have all the buttons covered, apart from the camera one. This is just a hole right here. And all these buttons, as you can see, have cutouts almost all throughout, with holding just at the top right here. So plastic is only holding it at the top. And same thing goes for the other ones. Well, minus the minus button volume, as this one has the plastic at the bottom. And this is kind of nice because when you slap in your phone in here, that's a tight fit. You can see all the buttons are covered, and yet they're still pretty easy to press. Now, one thing that I want to point out, because this is plastic isn't that resistant to deformation. So if something would ever catch this button, which totally can, it can be completely easily ripped out, or it can snap over time. If you push it down, it might also snap. So this is just a little bit of a kind of fragile portion that you might see happen after using it. If you have nothing that will interfere with this, just push it down harshly, or just pull it out, you should have no problem with it. The travel right here from pressing is minimal, so the wear and tear on just the pressing it, like the plastic just having to go, get bent out of shape, is almost non-existent right here. So this shouldn't really be a problem. Now, when it comes down to fit, it fits pretty well the device. We have just a little bit of a raised lip all around the device to protect the display. This is fairly minimal, and I do already have a tempered glass applied to the device, but still it protects it from scratching the display when you place it with the face down. Now, if we look at the back, or bottom, sorry, not back, we have our cutouts for our charging port and also our speakers, and this plastic case actually have everything cut out pretty nicely. So this is more symmetrically cut. It's not perfect. It's still, the speakers are closer towards the top of the case rather than being in the middle, but it's still better than most cases that I have tested, which the silicone usually is like very close to the perforations of the speakers, almost touching it. So this is almost as best as I can tell you that it gets. Now, with that out of the way, let's also take a look at the back. And here we have exposed plateau. That's how they're calling it. And obviously this might get scratched up by being exposed, but it does have a lip around here to protect the lenses, so when you place it down they won't get scratched. So that shouldn't be a worry right here. And additionally, when it comes down to this kind of design, it might allow you to apply lens protector, a couple different ones to be more precise. So I applied ones that are very similar to what Samsung has on their devices, these kind of black rings, and possibly these could fit on here because there is just a bit of space around here, around the corners, so it could accommodate for such a lens protector, though I don't have them anymore to test it out, and it could be a very tight fit right here. So that's one thing. One that will more certainly not work is one of these. So this one is for the Air, but you can get the same one for this device as well as the Pro Max or the normal one. So the way this works, it's just a big slab of glass, as you can see, slab of plastic and glass more like, and it would adhere to all the empty space around here, have a cutout recession around the cameras like this one right here. This is for the Air, so there's only one camera, flash and mic, so that's why we have these kind of only three, but obviously for the Pro it would have for the flash cutout actual hole for the mic, LiDAR and all the three cameras. And this will not work. This is number one gonna, I believe, actually have higher, yeah, this is higher than the actual lip around here. So when you would place it down, this would be always touching the table. And because the surface right here is glass, it would mean that from like dropping it, it might shatter easily. And on top of that, it would definitely not fit around here, the corners. As you can see, these are a bit chunky corners right here. From the camera lens right here to this is a solid like several millimeters. We don't have that much space around here, so this wouldn't fit. Now I know that this isn't designed for this specific phone, but the spacing usually is about the same for these, as these are designed for people that don't really use cases on their devices. So yeah. Now the ones that would definitely work will be probably the cheapest ones that you can find, which is just like a disc, usually plastic one, like a plastic sticker, clear one, or sometimes glass, that you just put on the top of your lens right here to obviously protect it. This is going to be the most like invisible solution because you can barely tell it's there. It's going to be the most minimal, as you don't need any almost clearance, and obviously with this case it would work no problem. So last thing would be the fact this device comes with MagSafe, which I don't really have any accessories right here to test it out, but it does have MagSafe, which we can see when we take off the case. Boy. So you can see it right down here, designed by TORRAS, Mag, whatever. Boosted magnetism, cool. So yeah, this is just a straight like MagSafe right here. Obviously will work fine on a very thin case. So even if this isn't holding too well, the phone itself also has MagSafe, so it will work alongside of this one, which should hold pretty well. In terms of the design, we also have TORRAS branding right here on the bottom left side of the case, and that's really about it. So there it is. Now, one thing that I also want to point out is this is a solid plastic, so it won't suffer from kind of crappy designs of silicone cases. I'll always recommend cases that are either plastic, carbon, or for instance just matte finished ones like rubber, finish solid color, as typically silicone cases suffer from this kind of yellowing. Now, this isn't yellowing, this is like frosted at this point for some reason. This was clear. I do want to point that out. But you can see on the corners right here, it is kind of, you can see at angle, it is yellow. This is something that you'll see from using your case. This one has been just laying for several years here. So plastic cases like this one will not suffer from this effect at all. They will have other problems, as for instance, harder surface. This one has some kind of coating on it. So it is plastic, but it does have this like weird, almost rubber-like coating. This will start to peel off. I'm gonna warn you right now. No matter what you do, this will eventually start to peel off, most likely in the corners from just constant rubbing. So this will start to expose the actual plastic that is under that coating. But still, I think I prefer such a effect over the nasty yellow-looking clear case. So that's just personal preference, and I find that specifically this one, the blue color, fits really well with this iPhone. So there we go. Now, anyway, with that being said, I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.